Now earlier this year, I was driving down the highway just outside of Du Bois, Wyoming, when I happened to see a bunch of tanks on the side of the road. So I decided to stop in and check it out. What I found was the National Museum of Military Vehicles, and it happened to be the most incredible museum I've ever seen. Now, after making that video, which you can find linked down in the description below, and getting to know the people from the museum here, they invited me to come back out to check out their restoration shop, where they take military vehicles of all types in all different sorts of running, non-running condition from all over the world, and turn them from stuff like this you see here and turn them into the fully operational and museum quality pieces that you see here, as well as inside that building. So we're gonna head just down the road to the shop to learn a little more about this operation. And I hear they have a brand new to them tank showing up from overseas. And they also have the world's only operable M26 patent tank in the shop right now, torn down for some repairs. They're gonna try to get it back together and running by the end of the day. So I'm here with Mike Lamb. He runs the restoration and maintenance shop for the National Museum of Military Vehicles. Can you explain just what it is you guys do here and what this place is? It's an impressive facility just from here.
Yeah, it's a full complement maintenance shop, and we take care of parade vehicles, and we do restorations in here for the museum, and we maintain everything that the founder has that he needs working. And so we just wrench all day, and we do a lot of deep dives in history. So when we put stuff back together and paint things, the markings and the colors and all the doodads that go on them are historically correct. You know, just that's basically what we do all day long.
So today works out perfect because they've got a new vehicle to them coming in that's been restored, but you've never seen it in person before.
Until today.
You got to get it, figure out if it actually runs, how it runs, what it needs,
Yep.
how well it was done.
Yep.
Then we're going to go through, check out some that are in the process of getting restored, and then see some that are done, running, ready to go vehicles. So there's also one in here in for just maintenance. An engine went down.
Yep.
So it's swapping an engine on one that's one of your running vehicles.
Well, we took the engine out because it had running problems. It would still run, but it was just so weak it couldn't do it.
So we kind of get to see it from a beginning to end of what you guys do here today.
Yeah.
Works out perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, let's go check it out.
Okay.
So this here's an M1 howitzer. It's got an 8-inch gun on it, and there's one little problem with getting it unloaded, is that when it got put on this trailer, it got set on with a crane. So since it was set on with a crane, they didn't think to put outriggers underneath it, and instead they just set blocks under it. Well, here we don't have a crane at the moment, so it's got to be driven off the trailer. This tank does run and drive, but it's on blocks, so it can't be driven just yet. And there's no outriggers. As you can see, most of it is not on the trailer. Like you're saying, this is a vehicle these guys have never seen before, so they got to do a lot of assessing and checking out, but now they got to do it before they get it off the trailer to make sure. So Mike is inside right now checking out all the controls and seeing how they feel and if everything looks right. And then gonna get the blocks out on the trailer and see how it goes from there. How's it looking so far?
Pretty good. We know it's got power, so it should start up good. It's gonna be a little dicey getting it off this trailer because it doesn't have outriggers on it, but try to be safe.
Where'd this one come in from?
This actually came from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands?
Yeah, it was rebuilt in Poland, shipped over to the Netherlands where our broker is over there, and then came into the port in Houston, trucked all the way up here.
This thing's made the rounds.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So they're pulling the blocks out and sticking them under the tracks before the trailer gets set down. So when it sets down, it sits on them and tries to roll the track in more onto the trailer. Something very different about tanks equipment like I'm used to hauling is these road wheels here, the bogey wheels, they call them road wheels. Very narrow in the middle of the track, and these tracks have a lot more twist and flex to them than like an excavator or a dozer. So you can see only that bit of the track's on there. The rubber is almost completely off, and the road wheels are from here to here. So on this side right here, those road wheels are completely, all the weight's being put down outside of the trailer rail in the middle over here. This side over here it's actually that inner wheel is completely on it, so this one should be just fine. It's that one over there was shooting out. They got this side set down the way you can see the inside of the track starting to roll up right there. Man, the timing of this worked out perfect to have a vehicle showing up, so we get the whole start of this thing right from the beginning when they arrive. Granted, this one is a restored one, not a complete. You're fired up? Perfect. And I gotta say, and this one is already restored. They buy them in both conditions, restored and like found in a field, and needs a whole bunch of full restoration on its own. Oh, there we go. They got some blocks built up on each side, so now the driver is going to lift the trailer, pop out the locks, and set it down on the ground and see where we end up height-wise here for these blocks. That actually worked out really, really good. Looks like the same over there. All right, game on to see how this goes. How would you feel if you had to hop in a tank you've never even seen before and have to drive it off of that without screwing it up? It's got gear. Now keep in mind, he is completely blind in there to anything going on out here. It's all by those radios they're wearing. You can't see a thing. Well, so far you know it runs, moves, stops, and steers.
Yep.
So,
that's pretty good. Sometimes we get them that don't do that.
That's a pretty good start.
On the trailer.
So what do like your neighbors and stuff think? Like, oh, those guys are just out playing with their tanks again. Is that just a normal thing in this town?
Yeah, pretty much. We like to wake people up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints from anybody.
It's after 7, they're fine. Yeah, who's going to complain about the guys with tanks?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got told to get on the tanks. On the tank. So start puking coolant in on you?
Yeah, it's coolant right off right this guy.
Oh, yep, I see it going there. Yeah. I seen this smoke coming up out of here. So I'm feeling like tanks are not made for people who are 6'4". Yeah. Man, this is cramped up in here. So you got 2 reverse gears, 4 forward, hand throttle, manual throttle brake, steering, parking brake, batteries on and off, lighting, heater, fuel shut off to kill the engine. Man, you get a face full of gauges. It's like right here. So like these are the viewing ports when the hatch is closed. I don't even think I can close the hatch because I stick out, I'm all the way down. I'd not make a good tank driver.
You'd be a little cramped.
No, I think I would not be the one for that job.
My brother is 6'4" and he was a tank commander.
Really?
Yeah, he had a little trouble.
I would bet so. So 1 lap around the building for the first issue. How's that rate on your scale of?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good. A lot of times they don't make it. Yeah, this one did good. Sounded like it turned real good, back and forth. We're impressed with this one, so, but we're still going to go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if we have this in the parade, we don't want to break it down. So we'll probably pull the power pack out, go through all the wiring, just see what's going on with that engine, run it on the deck, make sure everything's copacetic. Do maintenance around it, stuff like that, so we know it's not going to break.
Yeah.
Usual stuff.
You just called this usual stuff. Just keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah, it's usual to us, not to most people.
So I asked the guys that know, because I don't, that blade on the back is facing this way to anchor this thing in when it's firing to stop it from pushing back. Because that big 8-inch gun would kick this whole tank back without that dug in. So those cuts are something they've done to make this not
and then
fireable.
If you look inside the barrel a little bit deeper, I do not have my flashlight. Does anybody have a flashlight?
No.
But right in where the barrel screws onto the end of the breech, it's also been cut.
And then there's the bar at the very end.
The bar at the very end.
They left the shipping tags.
Yep. Sweet.
Now process the return.
Return to sender.
Yeah. So now this will get all washed down and then like start tearing into it for a full assessment.
Yeah, we'll get it washed because it's pretty greasy over the whole top, and then we'll take it over to the main shop, pull the covers, and find out what's going on the inside. See what's what.
So the M110, it's in the wash bay.
Yep.
Get ready. This is one that's completely stripped down.
Yep.
Blasted. What is this?
This is an M36 tank destroyer. We have it sitting in this position right here. We're going to put it back to its stock form with a GAA American Ford engine in it. Came to us with a Russian V12 in it. So we're in the process of doing that. This one's been kind of pushed to the side just a little bit now so we can focus on the Sherman tank that's on the other side of it. So this is kind of dormant. We've got some sandblasting done, have all the hull components and the turret off of it, stored away till we can get to it and have time to do it right.
So then on the other side of this one, we have
an M4A2 Sherman. And this has gone through a nut and bolt restoration. It's kind of dusty right now because they're out here in the shop, but we're in the process of hanging the parts back on that we've gone through and refurbished, rebuilt, and painted. So that's what you're seeing here. We have some parts that are on pallets back there over the back that are ready to go back on. Over here on this side is the turret for it. And we're doing the same thing on this. If you come around this side, you can see inside here where we have radios in, comm spots.
And you're doing every line, every wire.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, so what we got going on here, I mean, some of these wires need rebuilt. You can see we've got frayed stuff here, but we put all this stuff in here because
you got all the new
This is actually
tubing.
old that we've cleaned up.
Really?
Yeah, see, we got
This I thought this was new tubing, new brass on here.
No, we've cleaned all that up. So we're
Wow.
gonna have to go back and repair this kind of stuff. But what we're doing is all this stuff came in a box to us. It was not assembled at all. So we had to, we look at historical data, we look at technical manuals and pictures to see where things go, and then we start putting stuff in, and then we relate the cabling and all that kind of stuff to where it needs to go. So once we have all this done in here, we'll go back through and take care of all these wires, stuff like that. The ones that we're going to use, make sure they're good. The fire control system, we're not going to use the fire control system because we can't. But things to make it turn and elevate and all that kind of stuff, it'll be operational.
So this is a total basket case.
Yeah.
That you're trying to figure out how it all goes back together correctly,
Yeah.
period correct.
Yeah.
With as many original parts as possible.
Yep. Yep.
I would have never guessed that was old original.
Yeah, it didn't look like that when we got it. It was pretty much corroded up. And this one here, you can see this is an ammo rack, a wet storage ammo rack. Yeah, this has been completely rebuilt. The original one was all rusted out because it still had antifreeze in the ammo racks. They have little dividers in there with encased antifreeze in it. So if it explodes, it'll help dampen the fire and
kind of like a ballistic shield.
Yeah.
But they use antifreeze. Why do they do that instead of steel or concrete or something like that?
It's designed so it absorbs as much fire or impact as it possibly can.
Instead of steel would just transfer that blast to the other side.
Yeah, well, it's mainly for fire.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still going to blast.
Yeah.
If you turn the fire, you're going to
blast its own solution with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been rebuilt and painted, or actually refabricated.
So this is the part where you couldn't get the original part, so you fabricated a new one as close to the original as possible. And so you have the machine shop, a fab shop, everything to do all this stuff in-house. Yeah, and we can, if we go out in the storage area, we probably have piece parts of that so you can see what that actually looked like before we rebuilt one for it. And we've got driver's panel in here that's been all taken care of. All the gauges just back to perfect. Yeah, all of this is going to be operational. Because this will be a driver. This is going to be a parade vehicle. A very nice one. This thing is incredible. You can see back there we've got pictures hanging up right there of where the wiring goes in and stuff like that. We get that out of old technical manuals. So you find images online, old manuals, anything like that you can find. You'll print out pages as your template of kind of a guide. Yeah, the museum has a great library there. So we get some manuals from them, and what they don't have, we go out and search the internet and find manuals and pictures, historical data for all of these things, so it goes back correct. So that one over here has a very distinctive paint scheme on it. Yeah, this is an M46, and that paint scheme that's on it right now, this was in the Korean War, in this Korean War era. And it was the year of the tiger for the Chinese. So the American tanks had some of these painted like this to, the Chinese were a little superstitious. So they thought that they could play with their minds as well as shoot at them. So they're painted like this. So to keep it period correct, you guys have it exactly how this tank would have been painted actually out in battle. Correct. Yeah. But this is one of your parade ones, you said? Yeah. That you actually run, but it's got a little issue. Yeah, we ran it this year in the parade. It did the parade, made it back, but we pull everything in here that's got problems, and this one had a running issue. And we have it out on deck so we can look at everything that's operating around it. We've got numerous spark plugs. This is a V12 air-cooled engine, so each one of those cylinders has 2 plugs. So 24? Yeah. So we have to look at all that stuff, clean all that stuff, check the wires. Magnetos have to be gone through and timed. Cams are timed. So
you need it out so you can turn the engine over to do all of those things simultaneously and get them all in sync so it will run with any kind of power. So
you'll run it out here,
yeah,
verify everything's good, then it'll go back in as a complete running unit.
yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to start this up for the final time. They've had it running before. We're just going to check it one more time, and then if everything's good, we're going to set it back in the tank.
Start over. I didn't push the button yet.
I was going to give you a heads up first. I didn't want to be on.
No, I'm not here. Everybody knows I don't know what I'm talking about. So if I start pretending to, then they know we're faking this.
So this is an 1790 Continental engine, and it's fired off magnetos. We've got 2 on the right bank, 2 on the left bank. These here, the engines are, this here's our right bank. That's viewed from the gear casing and stuff on that. They've got booster coils because these are not a snap magneto, so they don't turn fast enough revolutions to create their own spark in the beginning. So we run boosters. This is a little fuel setup, carbureted engine. We have our solar AGM boost pack that we crank it with. We've rednecked a few start solenoids, fuel pumps, and hand pumps to make this happen.
All right.
So we'll turn the power to it. Jared will run the ignition. Guy's going to run the hand pump. And I'll just sit here and look pretty.
know this much about tank engines, but that sounded good.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better than it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tuning on the carbs now to try to balance it out. So every time you get into one of these things, it seems like you always need to tune it. But you got to stop somewhere.
Yeah.
So this one we should be able to put back in, right, guys?
Yep.
So those guys said they're going to be a minute getting that engine ready to throw in. So Mike goes, oh, I'll go show you the barn. This is not your average barn.
No, but this is where we store our parade vehicles, some of our parade vehicles, the track stuff we keep here.
You said you had a whole nother one for the wheeled?
Yeah.
And so all these every 4th of July are what's parading up and down through town.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a cool old Oshkosh.
Yeah, it's one of 99 built, and it's actually got its original trailer that came off the line with this chassis. It runs.
So that's not even just a correct trailer. That is the trailer that this
The
truck
trailer.
left the line with.
Yeah.
A couple half tracks. I noticed there was a lot of half tracks over at the museum.
Yeah, he's probably got 20 or more over there. Most of them are outside.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah, that's an M44 howitzer. That came from the same organization that we just got that M110 from.
Okay, the one that unloaded this morning.
Yeah, this one was a problem. It looks really good, but the mechanicals were good, but the fuel system and the braking system the fuel system works with a master cylinder like a brake. So you got hydraulic systems working before it gets to mechanical stuff for the accelerator and stuff like that. And you can't get the stuff you really need. So we had to improvise with making braided lines into hard lines and things like that, so we could confine everything really good and eliminate any possibility of expansion or anything like that, because then you'd lose all your power. So we finally got that running, or that working right. We tried to put this in the museum, and we headed down the road, and it started acting up on us right down the road. So
You're going to drive it to the museum?
I'm sorry, on the parade.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was going to say,
museum.
that's a ways down the
We
highway.
probably could now.
Well, one way to find out. Let's
Yeah.
roll.
So we had to pull it off to the side, and we towed it back up here and then put it back into the shop and immediately pulled everything back out of it and went through the cam timing, the valve timing, the magneto timing, all of that stuff. And we've got it pretty solid now. So it should make it through the parade next year. Knock on wood.
This thing's big.
Yeah, people love this thing. It's a monster, and the paint scheme on it, the reason it's this color, and the markings on it is from Israel.
Oh,
This was an Israeli tank before we got it back. Back in the day, they had the Lend-Lease program where America supplied tanks to other allies, and this was one of them. And yeah, it's really cool. This is a howitzer. It's got the same kind of stuff on the back. This is like a Winnebago inside here.
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I looked at this. Totally.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to my mind too, sure.
Yeah. We pack kids, families in here.
And you live in a whole different world. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of pinch myself every once in a while. So this is an M109 howitzer. This is how I remember all this stuff.
Did you look at that right before you talked?
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. You're catching me.
Yeah.
So it tells all about it. So we have these on hanging on most everything, because inevitably somebody's going to walk up and say, how much does this weigh? How fast does it go? And who knows what.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more interesting barns I've ever been in.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So this here is a portable bridge that mounts onto the tank.
Yeah, that M46, M48 tank hull inside there that we took out of the blast booth. This is going to follow it in.
And we'll check that. You can see the other half of this. They've got a super cool video on their YouTube page, which I will link, where they take this out and set it up and launch it, set it up, drive the tank across.
Yeah.
And then you pick it up from the other side.
Now we went back and picked it up.
But this can be picked up.
Yep.
So you can set this across something, drive everything across, and pick it back up from the other side and go to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really cool video. I have never seen one of these in action until that video. You'll see them like on display, like I said, at a museum or something, but they have one that actually goes out and works.
Yeah, I think we've got the only one.
Yeah, I've not seen that before. So this here is the bridge launcher itself. It just came out of the sandblast booth there, and it's getting ready to go into the paint booth here. You can see this whole bay has one giant roll-up door over there. They can bring them into the sandblast booth, all sealed up, blast them, roll them in here to the middle, check everything over, open up the door, go into the paint booth, paint, bake, open up all the doors on the other end, and out they go. But this here has that big stacked bridge that we saw outside, sits on top of it, pinned into this, and then it stands it up. That foot sits on the ground as the outrigger, and it lays it out like that across what you got to go across. Then you disconnect, drive this across, drive the whole rest of your convoy across, and this goes to the other side and picks the bridge back up from the other side, stacks it back up on top of itself, and off you keep going. And that is an amazing video that they did with this just right up the road here. I highly recommend checking that out. I don't know of any other of these that are still fully functional and able to launch their bridge. So they say you'll buy parts machines that you know are never going to get rebuilt to have, so you have parts to save the other ones.
Yeah, we get a lot of this stuff when Dan buys other parts or other vehicles. Like they might have one of these that's already restored, but they've got 6 or 8 of them sitting outdoors.
Because they did the same thing where they bought every non-running one they could to have enough parts to keep the running one going.
Yeah, and then when they sell it to somebody else, the deal is you got to take
the whole package.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can come up probably about 3.5 inches.
The U-joints over there, the outdrives.
One last.
Have to made up with this.
Well,
That all just barely fits in. Every little curve of this is just right.
Yeah, we're going to come down and then we'll have to sneak forward to clear our brake lever there on the U-joints. You can see our track on that where the black, when we come out, we was back a little too far.
Oh, yep,
We're
right
just
there.
barely.
okay, I might have to use this one then. It's kind of crimped a little bit, but
So you can,
That quarter
you can
inch.
see this spot right here
That.
has to go on that pin.
yeah.
Okay. So you drop down a little to make clearance over there and then can move back,
Yeah.
like sneak it in.
Yep.
Okay. The next thing is we got that that throttle linkage on that side.
Yeah,
Have to snake
it's-
up.
It's out of the way right now, so
Well, hey, we need to get it up.
It's got to come up through this hole right here.
it's got to go right here. So right.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to go
You
here.
should
Yeah.
put a wire on it. We'll sneak it.
It was. So now you film it and you're,
I've got a quarter inch on my side.
Yeah.
you usually have another.
Nobody gets a
I don't know if I'm helping, but I'm working.
Oh yeah.
Those are 2 different things.
nobody gets a free ride.
Yeah.
Gotta clean the bathroom before you leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna video you.
yeah. Yeah. Really.
Part of the experience.
Yeah.
We're off center just a little bit, but we're setting right up against the air intake on this right side. Once we go down about an inch, then we can straighten it back out.
Everybody ready? I'm ready. Coming down.
Hey, Jared.
I'm looking good.
We got that top bracket that's
I'm
just about to clear.
You're up against these hoses right here with the bolts on the side of.
You can go straight down.
I just don't want to. Right there, I don't want those to go down.
Oh yeah.
Those hoses, I don't know how much slack they got in them.
They got some slack.
I'll watch them as it goes.
Yeah, if your stock's getting tension on them, spotless.
Okay. I'll watch it.
It should slide past, but if it doesn't.
Okay.
Everybody's ready?
I'm ready.
Yep. One down.
Guy has got his eye on the sky.
Yep, just popped over it. Cool. Good.
Everybody good?
I'm good.
Up and down. Stopping.
I'm assuming this goes on the outside of that carburetor linkage. This side?
Yep.
Okay.
You assumed correctly.
You get lucky every once in a while.
And doing more mounts.
Wait. You hear the mic?
Think she's home?
There, I can say I worked on a tank. Can't say I was helpful, but I worked on a tank.
Oh yeah, you were very helpful.
He was very helpful.
You needed your eyeballs and your fingers.
I held that wire like nobody's business.
More?
No, I was just trying to figure out. Don't want to hook it to the wrong
I mean, that's like one of the most important jobs, though, because if that wasn't hooked up right, the whole engine has to come back up.
Yeah, if that goes in the wrong spot.
Yeah. That's not an easy fix.
What impresses me about these is that they get the airflow they need. With how encased they are and everything.
Yeah. Well, it's, these ones are fed from
Those there
right there.
go to here.
That's your air cleaners.
That's the air
And the
intake.
cooling air comes in through these grates and then up through, and so it's pressurized cooling there.
Oh, it goes up through it?
Yeah, so it goes down through these grates when they're shut on the rest of the compartment that goes over the top of her.
Oh, so these go to here.
Yeah.
And those are blowing out, so it sucks the air down through the motor and then straight up the center to exhaust it.
Yeah, these are mechanical fans right here, so it's sucking all the time from down there, so it rolls. Right.
I saw it was running on the ground, your exhaust is there, and I was looking at that there going, that was into it, thinking it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No,
But
so mufflers
all of that is going out.
Yep.
Okay.
And so our exhaust pipes
Come over
over
to here.
Yep.
And then that's blowing just straight up
Yeah.
to get rid of the hot air.
Yeah.
Now, if that door is open, you can see it. They've got parts on parts on parts. Thought the shop was big. Then you've got your parts warehouse over here. Saying all this here is for that one. It'll all get refurbished and redone. So these pieces up here, basically that whole section here. And yeah. When I walked in, I was looking at how absolutely clean this place was. Now I see why. As soon as the engine's out of the way, the little Zamboni comes in to clean it up. This is a very clean shop. Everything is very clean. So now, you gotta rotate this to line up with this. And since there's no way to grab that and move it or turn the transmission, they've got this weight rack on the forklift. It goes to the pintle hitch, and the weights are for traction on the forklift. And they just move the machine back and forth until that lines up with that, bolted in place.
Off on my joint.
Should have moved it once, right?
Just sit there a bit. Right there, one. I think we can get it there. Okay.
I finally found one that I'm qualified to operate. I think I might be able to handle this one.
Yeah.
So now we're over in another storage barn. This is where wheeled vehicles storage.
Yeah, it's all wheeled vehicles for the parade. And some of the vehicles that Dan personally drives.
Look at that old one.
Yeah, 57 staff car. Runs nice, all stock.
Really?
3 on the tree.
And all these buildings just keep going. You think you're at the back of the building, there's another door into a whole nother part.
Well, this is the end of this one.
Okay.
So most of these wheeled vehicles up front of these German track vehicles back here are all parade vehicles. Those stay here. We don't operate those.
Some old Willys Jeeps. I like the split window for the barrel to go through the middle.
Yeah.
Got the cutouts for the snorkels.
This is a Fox vehicle, British.
Oh, I've seen these. These are cool little things.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. They run pretty good. They got a Jaguar motor in them. They've got places where you can heat your tea.
Actually, years ago, when I saw one of these for sale on Marketplace, I sent it to my wife. She's like, "We need to get it." Of all people, my wife, and of all things, one of these.
Wow.
These are cool. These goats.
Yeah. This one runs really good.
Yeah?
Really, we can't make this not running. It's the only one that's like starts up every time.
Let me have a crack at it. I'll fix that problem. Yes, this is the same thing as that
Yeah,
one.
there's 2 of them here.
What is it?
Let me see if I can get the data. M135 GMC 2.5 ton.
So GMC, so the very early 2.5 tons.
We're donated to the museum to be in a parade. They came to us this way. The owner of it had passed away, and the family wanted them to be seen and used. So they knew what we were doing with the parade vehicles and all that kind of stuff, so they donated them to Dan to do that specifically.
I don't think I've said yet the parade, because that's like the big thing is the parade.
Yeah.
Every 4th of July, the museum has a whole fleet of vehicles that they take through downtown Du Bois, Wyoming for the 4th of July parade, and it's like a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Huge deal in this tiny little town. What's the population here? Like less than 2,000?
No, less than 1,000.
Less than 1,000.
Yeah, and it gets so packed that people come from all over the United States to come here when they hear about it. They've had family members show up, and then that spreads the word, and then everybody starts making this a destination for their summer vacation.
So if you're looking for something to do on 4th of July, come on over to Wyoming.
Yeah, Du Bois, Wyoming.
Check out the museum and then the parade.
Yeah, it's a hoot.
We might need to make that happen next year.
Yeah.
We missed this one, but... So I went back to the RV to have lunch with the girls, and then brought them back with me, and now we're going to go ride in a tank.
All right.
What do you think?
If you don't know which girls, us.
These ones.
Hey, Casey, you want to drive? What? You want to drive? Yeah. Okay, come on down. Switching over to Mr. Liddell as the driver.
You know, he used to drive monster trucks, though.
Oh yeah?
Remind him this is not a monster truck. Daddy, this isn't a monster truck.
Yeah, you'll find that you feel like you're leaning forward.
Some quick and simple driver's directions.
Rye,
What?
what do you think of driving a tank?
Good.
What do you think of it?
Amazing. That was so fun.
This is serious attention to detail. So tape off so it's clean thread where it goes in, but it's nice painted bolt on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And you do every one of them.
Every one of them.
Here's green, here's white for the inside, here's a big one.
That's so cool.
So when we put them back in, obviously we'll have to do some touch-ups on
Yeah,
that stuff.
but the main
Basic
part's
is
done. Look at tan, gray. So all these bolts are going to have to go back in their spot. It's not just that this bolt fits in on the inside or outside panel. This is clearly an inside bolt.
Yeah, and here's a shorter one. Looks just like it. So we got to know where these are at.
And then the green ones are outside bolts. And
Yep.
so you have to go in and measure how much of that bolt is actually in through the body of whatever threaded so that you're taped off just right.
Well, that's just a stopping point for that paint.
What do you think of it, Miss OCD?
Yeah, I love it. This is the best shop I've ever been in. It's so organized, so clean.
So while we've been out playing, some people around here have actually been working
Sounds about right.
and got all the armor back on the top and back together. Also, it's got a hand crank to spin the turret too.
Also, yeah, if the hydraulics aren't working for some reason, you can crank it all the way around.
So
And you can also do
the hydraulics, it's an electric pump that runs the hydraulics so that that can run without the big engine running.
Correct.
And it has that little generator in there that'll keep the batteries charged to run that without running the big engine.
Yep.
So you can keep, even if your big engine goes down, you can keep fighting and shooting.
Mhm.
Can't go anywhere,
Can't go nowhere.
but from where you're sitting,
Yeah. You can keep fighting.
and then it's got hand crank too in case, is that for the up and down as well?
Yeah, there's the gunner down low can traverse the turret, then he can reach up a little bit higher and crank the gun elevation up and down so he can go 360 and all over with the gun.
So they're not even completely dead, they can still
Can
fight.
still fire. Yeah.
Okay, so that whole new power pack is in. The armor deck is on, the exhaust and intake is hooked up. Is it going to start?
Yeah.
What do you think?
They asked if they wanted to ride, and she did not hesitate.
He's gonna get Lano, he's gonna come up here on the spot. One of you guys can get a co-pilot spot,
Very cool ride. This one is awesome. Thumbs up, guys.
you.
So, how was it?
Good.
Really cool.
Well, Mike, I cannot thank you enough. Pleasure hosting.
That was awesome, and especially that right there. Like, we kind of got to see it all. We got to see one get delivered, a new one come in,
Yeah.
and how you're gonna start on that one to go through your whole process.
Yep.
We saw one completely stripped down to nothing, one on the way to a rebuild afterwards. This one in for repair. When we showed up this morning, that engine and transmission were sitting on the ground in front of it.
Yep.
And now we're just doing laps in and around the shop.
Isn't it cool?
Absolutely amazing.
Good life up here for us.
Yes, this is you. You got an amazing job up here.
Yeah.
And thank you for the candy.
No,
Yeah, Brian
candy's
loves the
always
candy.
free. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, what you guys do is incredible, and it shows with what's at the museum, and then your whole parade fleet of running stuff. Just awesome, awesome work you guys do.
Well,
So,
I appreciate you guys coming up and seeing what we got.
thank you again for having me out.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Rye, what do you think of it? Should we come back sometime?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool. 4th of July.
4th of July, and we'll go through the parade?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should make that happen.
Yeah, we'll put you on a team.
Awesome.
Maybe even drive it.
There we go. All right, well, thank you.
The whole family.
Say thank you,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and say
sir.
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and subscribe.
Now, before we close this video out, I have to say a huge thank you to the National Museum of Military Vehicles for, one, inviting us out here and making all this happen, but for two, preserving these pieces of history in the way that they do. Like I said to those of you watching, my video of the museum itself will be linked in the description below. And it does absolutely no justice to how incredible and powerful this place really is. If you get the chance in any way to come out and see it, I highly, highly recommend you do. And I also have to give an extra special thank you to Mike and all the guys there at the restoration shop for the hospitality you showed me and my family. It was an absolutely incredible day, riding on top of a tank with my wife and my daughter sitting in the commander's seat, and she looks at me while we're blasting through and just yells, "I love this!" That's a memory I will not forget. So thank you guys for that, and the incredible work you do, the amount of skill and knowledge in that shop, unbelievable. So we're gonna get headed out of here now. I'm gonna start planning my next 4th of July trip. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
What are we doing next 4th of July?
Going to this parade, baby.
All right.